Hey guys, this is Robert. Today I'm going to go over a platform bed I built for my SUV. I only built it in a partial part of the vehicle. Therefore I can get up the other seat on the other side and have access to that section of the car. First I'll show you fully assembled and how it works, and then I'll disassemble it and show you how it stores back on itself. So let's get started. We'll take a look at what we're getting into. There's three sections to this platform. The base section, which is a fixed unit, although it does fold up, we'll show you momentarily. The middle unit, and then the headboard unit, which also is going to double as a table, which we'll show you. Some features back here. I've left space underneath. This way I can store various items while I'm camping, tents and so forth, but also when the platform is not in use, we can put groceries under there. In order to get a little more room, I carved out and cut the edges along the side here, along the tire wall, and then dipped back in along where the door is. Quite a bit of mitering and cutting going on, and then painted the whole entire platform a stain of walnut. I secured the base, as you see here, with a hinge and screwed in. This way the whole entire unit is stable, which also allows for the top portions of the platform to be stable. Let's move around to the side. So as you can see here, the headboard hovers over top of this cooler. This screws into wood underneath, which are secured on either side. You can see there's two at the base and then two up front. Underneath there's space. I keep books in here, keep my glasses, flashlight during the night, so I have it easily accessible. So let's take a look at the headboard, how we get this off, and then what its next purpose is. Taking it apart is pretty darn easy. Unscrew this one, pop this out, keep them together so you don't lose the parts. Same with this one. And then finally, last but not least, this leg, which there's a hole on top, and the bolt goes through into that leg, and then to store everything underneath. Remember to put these back in the door over there. One of the reasons I set it up this way is that this is one of these 5-day cold ice coolers, and it's heavy, empty. When you load it up, trying to get it in and out of here is just too much. And I didn't want to take up space in the back, so I specifically got this size with the seat up. It fits. It's not the best of solutions, but quite frankly, on a 5-day trip, to have a cold cooler for 5 days is definitely a bonus. Okay, that's it for this part of the setup. Now let's break it down. I'd seen other options for using tables, integrating tables into the unit itself, but this is the first time I've seen anyone use it as a headboard as well as a table. So quite simply, I have these rails that I built up to the top with a small gap that would accommodate the width of the wood. They also act as support, so just pop it in, and there you go. It doubles as the headboard for the bed. Also use it as a table. It's come in handy for sure. So in it goes. Let's go back up and get the middle piece. So the middle piece, it's the same thing. I have two connection points with the screw and that wing nut. And now I'll go to the other side to get the second one. And I'll show you how I'm fastening it below here. So this one, I put the legs here, which support right at the edge, the top of this area. I put 3 legs in there so it didn't bow. It also is, it was necessary to make these legs shorter than the base legs because it does angle up a bit. So I had to accommodate the fact that it's not completely even. You can see I put an extra board here. Tabletop is secured and then screwed in. Now this goes back here. So this doesn't have a second fancy function like the table. Before I put the middle piece back on top, I want to show you one other feature that I put in here. This actually swings out. If I need to get into the storage area underneath, it's easy to do so. I've also added hooks around the legs for bungee strapping things down. One other trick I did was to secure the base to that hinge with wing nuts. The wing nuts unlock and the whole thing comes out. You can see it from this side as well. And I have this secured into the floor with nuts and bolts. Now that this is all together, finally, I don't want it to be sliding around. I have a pretty simple system. So I use a couple of seat clamps to secure the whole thing down so it doesn't move. As you can see here, it's kind of a primitive solution, but it works. It's effective. There's one. And there's number 2. Now the whole thing is secure and can't move. And that's important for obvious reasons. A, if there's an accident, this isn't all going to roll around in the car and injure anyone. As well as a level platform like this, now it can hold things on top, grocery bags, as well as still have storage underneath. Let me just show you with the seats up. And there you have it. Platform bed turns into shelving area. So that's it. The car is packed, ready to travel. Any questions, any ideas, comments, please let me know. I'm happy to hear from you and answer any questions that you might have. As always, this is your intrepid traveler, Roberto. Over and out.